technical difficulties. I see my eyes. Thank you, eyes, for being here. Everybody, welcome, Eeyore.
Hello, it's Hi. Sorry, I look like absolute trash.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll probably turn my cam off.
It's
Just
okay. I am checking to see if Twitch is telling me that I'm live already or not.
go find my phone.
Hopefully, it's not going to scream. Yeah, I can hear, I can see myself being live, and I was smart and I muted it. So yay! I am glad that this is working. I am just in case going to have the comments also on my phone, just in case, because you never know.
I want to pull it up as well.
Yeah, because StreamYard has betrayed me before. And I don't need this betrayal when I'm starting a new project, So I'm going to wait for the peeps to start showing up so we can tell them what we're doing here today, and also so we have peeps to interact with. Oh, hey, Faye and Mo. I'm glad to see you here. Oh no, what is this phone doing? Yeah, the Twitch app is having a bit of a situation right now. It's suffering a bit. I don't know what is happening, but honestly, thoughts and prayers for the Twitch app and their struggles. I hope it recovers soon. Hi, Thor.
Hello. So sorry. A poodle was shaking in my lap. Oh yeah, you can show.
Oh, we can
That's
do
right.
the I make myself bigger.
Yes.
Let me see. No, that's
You
not
should be able
it.
to
I always forget. This
Google.
one is it.
There
So
you
we have CEO being my eyes. Okay, perfect.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
it is my show. You are right.
Oh no, I am just here for eyes.
I am always here for my peeps showing up though and being eyes and stuff.
Hello, honey. Welcome in.
Hi, honey. Oh, hi, Emily. I'm glad you're here. So yeah, the Twitch app decided that my stream ended already for some reason. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Thorn said Lily's watching. Honey said, hi, you're
Oh,
Emily and Thorn. Mo said I need to wash Instant Pot and make foods.
oh, Lily. Yeah, the instant pot.
I said, hey Mo, I'm alive.
The episode with Mo, because I'm eventually going to invite her, is going to be sponsored by Instant Pot. No, not really, but Instant Pot sponsor Mo.
Also Lip Bar.
Also Lip Bar, but like she can get like a dual sponsorship. It's a thing that can happen, Yay! I have
Audra's here.
my
Hey,
water. Oh, hey, Audra! I am very excited that my peeps are here, that everyone's showing up. Yay! I was very nervous because this is the first episode, So now that we have a bit more people, I would like to welcome you all to the first episode of One More Thing with Fefy.
Yay!
Yay! So and a little explanation. I basically called the show One More Thing because that's me when I'm talking about something. I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you about this thing, blah 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 blah. Then I finish. I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, okay, one more thing. Uh, so I thought this would be very appropriate for a podcast from a person who doesn't know when to shut up, you know?
Welcome, Lacey. Most and I was watching Miss Piggy, and I thought
Hey,
you should
Lacey.
recreate the Miss Piggy look for Vlogmas with gloves and diamonds and orange blush.
Oh my god, yes. That would be super cute. Yeah. I don't know if I have the props, but you know. So for the first episode, I decided to do a Q&A, and I have, as always, it can they are never far away from me, you know. I have notes because I wanted to be like very thoughtful about my answers. A whole bunch of peeps let me their questions on Instagram, and I wanted to honor that by being prepared and answering properly. So I have notes, of course. And so I'm going to start with the questions because podcast time is different than regular stream time. I don't want to keep you all for too long. I don't want to bore you. So we're going to go with the first question. And the first group of questions were asked by Faye, who asked a whole bunch of really interesting questions. So I'm really happy with them. And the first one is podcast related, which is, what kinds of guests do you want to bring on your show? Anyone in particular? For me, since the title of the show alludes to not being able to shut up ever about something, I am looking for anyone who has an interest in something and is very enthusiastic about it and really wants to have a conversation about it. As the person who got told to shut up very early in life because I couldn't shut up about my interest, I relate to people talking about things they love, and nothing makes me happier than seeing someone super pumped to talk about something that is a particular interest of theirs. So if you have a particular interest, if you have something you want to rant or rave about, it's your show, it's your choice. You can contact me, and and you can come on my podcast and we'll have a conversation about it. And I'm always open to listen, because honestly, seeing people enthusiastic about stuff is the biggest giver of serotonin ever for me. Nothing compares, really. So yeah, anyone who wants to be here can be here. If you have something to say, something I know about, something I don't know about, I don't care. If you have something to say, I'm here to have a conversation about it.
Ruthie's here.
Hey, Ruthie.
Faye. Sorry, I just realized that Faye popped in. Or wait, were you here earlier? No, you were here earlier. I'm sorry. My brain. Good lord. Yes, the iconic blonde hair for Miss Piggy.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously the blonde wig is perfect. Yeah. Now the second question that Faye asked me is, what are some ADHD tips you have other than taking notes? Because Faye knows I love notes, and obviously I'm showing you that I love notes. So yeah, besides the note taking, another thing that helped me a lot is having everything I need to perform a task close to me, and like where I can see it, because that way I don't have to go searching for something, because searching for something always leads me to finding something else and then getting distracted, which is not good, because when I get distracted, I'm sorry, I get lost in the forest of my own thoughts forget it. I am not going to do the thing I was going to do anymore because I found something cool. So having the things I need closer is better for me so I don't get distracted. Also, clocks, my phone clock, always being aware of what time it is, so I am aware of how long something actually tells, because sometimes I will procrastinate something because it's going to take me all day. But if I've done it before and I have taken in mind how long it actually lasted, now I know that that thing that I say was going to take me the whole day actually takes an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever long. And that way, it leads to less procrastination in my case. That also involves taking notes in some way, because I'm like, okay, so this thing takes however long, and I keep that in mind. And the best thing to keep things in mind for me is to keep them in writing. So yeah, everything is connected. Making lists, stuff like that, everything is connected. It always ends up in the notes. But yeah, being very aware and organized of the things I have to do is very important to me. Otherwise, I am a disaster. What are the peeps in the chat saying? Let me see. I'm going to highlight comments. Oh yeah, if you would like to host, don't forget to do that. Yeah. Yeah. For me, with my phone is enough, because I am bad at telling time with regular clocks. That's a fun fact about me. Ooh, that would be super cool. That would be super cool, because you'll have different perspectives. You'll have different coping strategies, different treatments, and stuff like that. So that would be great. I am here for that. Yes, I am super into it. Yeah, but my phone, I sometimes would get apps that are rude to me if I use my phone too much. See, Eeyore is back. What happened? Your Wi-Fi was Wi-Fiing?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. My Wi-Fi is just being trash.
Yeah, I was able to. StreamYard hasn't betrayed me so far yet, so I was able to highlight comments and be able to read them.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
So now
Up on
Now I have a question from another question from Faye that is really interesting, and I wrote like a whole bunch of notes about it, because yeah, it really is interesting and it really made me think. Which is, what was it like living through a transition in government? I don't know much about Chile, and would love to hear your perspective and what was happening in the beginning until now. So, first of all, I was very young, very little, when we transitioned governments. But weirdly enough, I was more aware of Chilean politics when I was a child than I am now, because now they're a garbage can, so I avoid the news like the plague. But my whole family is very watch the news, so I would be with my uncle, with abuelito, with a whole bunch of other people who would watch the news, and I would sit with them and try to process what was happening with my small mind, with my little kid mind. So at first, for those who don't know, we regained democracy via a referendum, and obviously the option no, which meant we don't want to keep having a dictatorship here, is the one that won. After that, There was an agreement between everyone. There was an agreement that there would be elections, and then the new government with an actually elected president started in 1990. But yeah, it was like kind of like what we're doing with the constitution. It was like a couple of years process. And I remember people being really excited, like, this is a change, things are going to be better now. They had a lot of hopes put into this new government. And that was great. Like that was a fun time for everyone. Very happy go lucky, hopeful. However, the transition, I think a lot of mistakes were made during the transition. For example, the heads of the military and the armed forces who were the ones who staged the coup, none of them were arrested. The people who were arrested were like people who were lower down in the chain of command. The people who were saying that they were just obeying orders, and the heads of the armed forces were actually still the heads of the armed forces. Like, they stayed in their positions despite the fact that that they have been the ones who have basically organized to destroy democracy in the country. So I am referring back to my notes, by the way. So a lot of people thought that a change of government was a magic pill, but the thing is that the new transitioning government kept a lot of the systems that were created during the dictatorship, and those systems were what were holding the country back. And after that transitioning government, there was another president elected, and that government didn't change that either, and the following one, and the following one, and the following one, until now, basically. The most the I am trying to gather my ideas. The most obvious example of this is the Constitution. The Constitution, our current Constitution, was created in 1980 by the heads of the armed forces, the dictatorship, and that Constitution like kept everything on lock, so society would be held back in a lot of ways. They made it in a way that everything was convenient for them, but not for the people. And a lot of the changes that were needed for the people to actually be the priority of the government were held back by this Constitution. I don't know if I'm explaining myself well.
You are. And then Ani's here. Welcome. And then Faye said, "Oh, the coup was done by the military ? And then
Yeah, it was done by the military. In Chile, the commander-in-chief of the army is a different person. He's not the president. Unlike in the States and in other countries. So it's someone who is named by the president, and I think like a committee of people who assist him to do that. So yeah, it was the head of the military, the police, the army, and the navy. They were like the government. They were the government during the dictatorship. So this Constitution that they created was like airtight.
Oh,
for
Toya's here.
oh, hey Toya. So for change to happen in some of the things that the Constitution mandated, they needed, for example, for all the members of Congress to be present in session to vote to change the thing, you know. And we do have right-wing political parties that a lot of the members were part of the dictatorship back in the day, and now they're like Congress people, senators, um, in the government of Piñera. They have been ministers, and those peoples are obviously not going to want to vote to change anything. That's why changing the constitution was so important, and that's why it was one of the main issues that the protests last year pushed to the front, because there was a couple of I think it was in the early 2000s, there were reforms to the constitution which were like fought over. It was a whole thing, lots of political drama, as Mo would call it, and they were difficult to achieve, but the government was still like compromising with the other side. So those reforms weren't enough. That's why instead of reforming, it's the same thing you say about the police, and a lot of us say that in Chile as well. Instead of reforming the system needs to be changed. That starts with the constitution, and that's why the referendum last week and the fact that we won the option to change the constitution, won by a landslide, it's so important. So now we are in the process of dismantling, of at least trying to dismantle those systems that are holding the country back, and that are holding the people back. There's been a lot of oh no, you're left again. So yeah, I am really glad, obviously, to live in a democracy. I am a voter. I registered myself to vote before there was automatic registration here. That happened the election after the first election where I voted. So I went to register myself. I think voting is important. I have done it in every election ever since. I'm very proud of it. We have elected a whole bunch of people, especially in smaller elections, who are people who have done change for their smaller communities. But still, voting is not enough. That's why it's important to protest as well. I know I said we gained democracy via referendum, but again, that other referendum wouldn't have happened if people hadn't taken to the streets. So it's very important to hold your government accountable, and to prioritize the good of the community and the good of the people, which is something the transitioning governments didn't do at first. I mean, it's not like those governments didn't do anything. They have done things. They have done some small changes, some bigger changes, but they were still very comfortable with keeping the big picture. They were still like, okay, so this is the system. It is what it is. We're going to try to change what we can. And now, after the protest, we realize that what we can is not enough, and we need more. So that's why I am all for voting, but also I am all for protesting, because you need to keep people accountable. I don't know if I made sense. I tried not to.
No,
My notes probably make a lot more sense than what I said. I am more coherent in writing as always, but this is a subject that I'm passionate about, because
this is why like the protest here didn't bother me with like property damage and stuff. It's like that's what's gonna happen if we want to overthrow the shit. And then I just don't care about what happened on the bus when my blood pressure is probably low. We don't have running water again. Also.
Oh no!
I'm really sorry, Mo. I forgot to, because I was watching the Marco Poop, and I forgot to say Diva, who is probably asleep. I need to Marco Polo her. Yeah. I hope she feels better, and Mo, I hope you get water soon and food.
Yeah, I know Diva said that she was going to try to be here, but if she is lurking
tired and high
for any reason, you get a pass. Like I was calling the rest of Mod Squad to be here, but Diva gets a pass, because when I got my wisdom teeth removed, it was a mess as well for me, and I was very sleepy for a long time. So that's okay. Don't worry. You can sleep. You can catch the replay. I'm going to upload it on YouTube after. And also on the YouTube, on the description box. Speaking of Diva, I am going to have the links for the fundraisers as always, and also Black Lives Matters resources, because that is very important, and I want to keep it on my description box always. I want it to be an informative place as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I hope you got what I was throwing at you with that answer, and I hope it was a satisfactory answer for you, Faye. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, thank you for
making sense.
putting this.
And I would love to see you bring on any Chilean friends to talk about politics. And I agree.
Oh yeah, I would. I am going to have to see which one of my friends, because I have very few bilingual friends. And one of them I think could offer a good perspective, but I don't know if he's super busy, because he's now in England doing his masters. So I'm going to try to contact him, because he is far more eloquent about the things than me, because I was a history major. I didn't finish. He actually did, and he's very good at research and stuff. But I think that it's a common theme for all my friends, is that while it is important to mention that we won back our democracy via referendum, it's also important to give credit to all those people who risked their lives basically during the dictatorship, protesting for the rights of everyone. So, and also later on, a lot of things that had been won here for the people, for the working class, have been via protest. Like Mami was healthcare, a public healthcare worker for 40 years, and when she started in the 90s, when she switched jobs, she had a salary that was basically minimum wage, and her co-workers and their union, I am very pro-union, they are very important. Her and her union took to the streets and demanded a livable wage. It's not perfect. Salaries here are still not good, but they earned a lot of benefits. So imagine if they had decided to change the constitution earlier. Things would have been better, and maybe there wouldn't have been protests that big or that it was pretty shockingly violent. I am not bothered by property damage either, but I wasn't expecting people to basically destroy half of our public transport network. That was shocking, but maybe if things had been changed earlier, instead of people being like, oh no, it is what it is, things would be better, and now we would be building on top of those changes to dismantle all the other systems that were imposed by the dictatorship. Another very important one is our pensions system. The government forced everyone to change the way they save money for their pension, with a whole bunch of lies, telling them that when they retire, they were going to get the same salary that they were earning when they were working. And that was an entire lie. And those companies stole a whole bunch of money. And people who were making good salaries now make like a quarter of what they used to make. Mommy is now making a quarter of the salary that she was earning when she was working. Even though she saved a lot of money, she pays a lot of taxes. Like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway.
No. And then they said, I'm sure you're just as eloquent, Fefy. Don't put yourself down. And also, people of power like that will hold on to it by any means necessary. Honestly, the only thing they'll listen to is property damage, because they put property over human life. Correct.
Yeah, like,
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, like,
also
people.
Notice that I put Fefy's eye as my icon picture.
Oh, I just noticed that. Let me make you bigger so people can see.
It's your really pretty green eye look. Yes, I grabbed it from the screen.
Thank you. I do really enjoy that eye look.
A Fefy picture.
Yeah, it is the Fefy eye. Reading the comments for me. So, now we're going to go to a lighter topic, but I could talk about the other things more another day if you want to, because I'm going to be on my soapbox for 2 hours, and other people had questions as well. So now it's a lighter subject, and this is a really evil question that Faye asked me. Seriously, so mean. How dare you? If you could only keep one lipstick, if you could only pick one lipstick to keep, and everything else had to be thrown out, what would you keep? And
how do you pick a child?
Honestly, again, this is an evil question. Faye, you're very mean. You're like, I love you because you're mean. No. And this answer could change depending on the day, honestly. It could change depending on the day. Yeah, here's Faye with her evil laughter. It could really change depending on the day, but when I was taking notes, I was like, okay, the first lipstick that comes to mind is the first lipstick that is the lipstick that's going to get picked. So it is the lipstick that I'm wearing right now. This is MAC Lady Danger. I did mix it with other stuff, but
I was wondering, because this eye look and lip with the earrings is so good.
The eye look Do I even have to say it? It's the tri palette. It's the easiest eye look that I can do because I was nervous. So I use, I forgot the name of the orange shade. I put orange in the crease. Annie, I hope you're proud of me. And I put, it's Coro in the inner corner and Chaga on the lid. And I use an Urban Decay brown liner on the lower lash line and my waterline. And the lip is Lady Danger. And I use the NARS Velvet Matte lip pencil in the shade Red Square as a liner. Because my lipstick is not as precise as it used to be because I do use that one a lot.
It's dull, so, right? But seriously, the lip color is gorgeous. And then Toya also said, "Faye, you did it," with a laughing emoji.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going to attempt the food again. Mo, you got this. You can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. The food is very important.
It really is.
So, so this is the look for today, and I put a tiny bit of the Clarins lip oil, the red one, which is more than an oil. It's kind of like a gloss. It's like really gloopy. It's not sticky gloopy, but it's more gloss than oil, and that gave it a bit of more life. Ooh. Because those lip colors that I use, which are practically the same color, so you can tell I love an orangey red, are matte, both of them. So I wanted to give it a little something. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. So I decided to wear it today because that's my answer. MAC Lady Danger. Never failed me. And also, I love the name.
Lady Danger is a fantastic name.
Like, it's the best. It's the best name they ever gave a product. I'm sorry. Like, you're not going to top Lady Danger.
You better back the fuck off, sir, or you're going to be in some Lady Danger.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude bros need to behave, otherwise they're going to be in Lady Danger. Okay, so next question. So if you could have a superpower, which one would you have? Which is like, Faye was like, oh no, this is a typical question, but I love those questions because I never know how to answer. So this made me think a lot. And it's a tie, actually. I am conflicted between flying, because imagine me not ever having to go to the bus stop to go places ever again, like flying places. I can even do international flying if I have enough stamina, like I can cross the mountains and go to Argentina. The sky's the limit, pun intended. But also super strength, because if someone messes with me, or they mess with my people, with my family, with my friends, they wouldn't dare, because I would fuck them up. Because I would be super strong. like don't mess with my people. I can lift up a building and throw it at you. Obviously, a building that is being built, not a building with people on it. I'm not that kind of superhero. I have issues with the morals of superheroes and destroying stuff while they're trying to help people. Like, don't go on people's houses. That's invasive and rude. But anyway, so yeah, I am torn between those two, because one would be very convenient for me, and the other one would be very convenient for me and my people,
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I am that person who will fight everyone, including myself.
Mood.
I am here to fight. I am like, every time someone's like, oh, so this person did something to me, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to fight.
Yeah, no, you're an honorary redhead and have an honorary redhead temper. Also,
Yeah.
Mo, Patty gonna get my aunt watch and see.
Oh, oh, Caddy. Caddy is also a redhead, so now we get her temper as well. Um, Speaking of pets, the last question that Faye asked is what are some of your favorite moments with sheep? And I love this question because you know me, I love talking about sheep. So I am going to give me a second, everyone. Just a little second. I'm going to do a share screen thing because I want to see if I can illustrate. No, Instagram, I don't want that. That was very rude of you, Instagram.
Instagram is so rude.
Yeah, Instagram is terrible sometimes. So one of the most of the happy memories I have with sheep. I mean, he's hilarious in general. I love that dog, even though sometimes, a lot of the time, he doesn't love me back. But he is a hilarious dog in general. But some of my favorite moments with him were when he was a little pupper, a teeny tiny baby, the tiniest of babies. Because when he was very little, he was so tiny that we would have to carry him around in a purse, like a bougie dog. I mean, he's a bougie dog. He's a tiny white poodle. Like you can't get more bougie than that. Like the only thing that's kind of more bougie than that would be like a Chihuahua, probably. So mommy, when we would go places, would carry him around in her purse, and sometimes he would pop his head out of the purse, and people would be like, "Oh my God, look at the puppy! He's a tiny puppy!" And everyone would shower him with love because he's the most spoiled boy in the world. We do love him so much. So I found a picture from when he was a teeny tiny baby.
I cannot wait. And Cecily is also here. I'm sorry you had weird dreams, though.
Hey, Cecily.
Yay,
So,
Cecily, boo weird dreams.
oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at him.
Look at the little baby. Look at the little tongue. He's adorable.
When you
So,
found this picture and sent it to us, it made me so happy.
yeah, I think I put it on the pet channel at some
It makes
point.
me so happy every single time.
It's so cute. It's so cute. I used to have one. We used to have like the comforter for the bed. You know, it's like squares. Like the stitching is squares. It's like a quilt with a whole bunch of. And when he was a little
puppy,
yeah, when he was a little puppy, he would fit. His entire body would fit in one square.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Imagine how freaking tiny he was that he only fit in one square of the comforter. Like it was the cutest thing. Another moment, and these are all from when he was a puppy because like they really make me laugh. When this starts a bit sad, but it gets better. When my godmother, who was abuelita's sister, so she was also my great aunt, passed away. She was really tiny, so we couldn't leave him here alone because we were worried that he was going to get in trouble. Because tiny dog, the apartment is small, but for him it's probably huge because he was like this big. So we took him to Abuelita's house, and he was and he was in mommy's purse as always. So mommy gave him to Abuelita, who at first was like, oh, I don't really like dogs, blah 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 blah. And then mommy gave Abuelita the purse with sheep inside, and Abuelita instantly fell in love. She didn't let go of the purse with sheep inside the whole time we were there for the wake, which was actually great and a testament of how much dogs can help people when people are going through difficult times. Like Abuelita's sister had just passed away. They were really close, and she was obviously sad. But Sheep was able to make Abuelita happy, and that makes me happy. And then later on, when my aunt got a dog, my aunt lived with Abuelita, and now she is the owner of the house. Now that Abuelita passed away a whole bunch of years ago, Abuelita was the one spoiling the dogs. It was a complete change. It was like those memes of like the dad saying he doesn't want a dog and then or a cat, and then hanging around with the pet the whole time. Yeah, Abuelita basically, and that was adorable. Like I am so happy that the little tiny baby was able to bring her happiness during difficult times. And then Anita, the pit bull, who was my tia Rosa's pit bull, she was also super close with Abuelita. Uh, and now I think they are both together wherever they are in the afterlife, probably. That gives me a lot of comfort. Okay, so I am not going to get emotional. So we're going to go to the next question.
Everything's fine. We're not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not crying yet.
Faye said,
I don't want my. Oh.
And like that's part of why I like snow so much is a thing related to my grandpa.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was it's a really sweet memory. It makes me really happy. So I am very unprepared for the next question. I wanted to show stuff as well. Let me see if I can still do it. So the next question comes from Esti, and she wants to know if she were to visit here, obviously no Ronies. Let's consider this in a hypothetical world in which Miss Roni is no more, or maybe even like back in the day, pre-Ronies, I don't know. If she were to visit here, which places would I show her? And I have been thinking about this because, like, I don't dislike my city. I don't think.
Is it the archive? Sorry, that's kind of
random. Probably. I probably take her to visit the because the National Library and the archive are two buildings that are stuck together. Like the archive is like right next to it. Both of those buildings used to be like religious type things. As I have told you before, the archive used to be a convent. So there's a lot of creepy nun situation going over there. But the nun that hunts the archive is a romantic. We figured that out. She loves to listen to Luis Miguel, so that's okay. We play her some Luis Miguel and she's happy. But anyways, it's a very beautiful building, actually. And I remember the first time I saw it was when I was doing a project for school when I was in high school. In my last, I think it was my no, it was in my third year of high school, and we had to do like a photography kind of project about historical buildings and who built them and stuff, and gather the information. So I went for a day on a Saturday to take pictures of places, and a lot of those buildings were being remodeled at the time, which was a bummer, but the ones I could take pictures of were great. So I would probably take ST to the library and archive because they're amazing buildings. There's this bank that is in like right in downtown Santiago, which is like the first bank that was created here. It's called Banco de Chile, and that building is huge, and the inside is so beautiful. Like, I am not here for banks, for bankers in general, but that building is amazing as well. Like, a lot of the historical buildings in Santiago are super pretty. The cathedral, the main post office building. Next to that building, there's a museum as well. There's also a museum. The Natural History Museum is close to the other archive, the newer one, where I worked in the later years of my work at the archive. Also great. In front of that archive, there's this library as well that is like super cool and interactive, and you can, I don't know now with the Ronies, but we're pretending that we live in a no Roni world. You could like actually like pick up the books yourself and go see places, and there were like a lot of resources. It's really cool. So those places, the Central Market, there's a lot of cool stuff in the Central Market. But I was like, now I'm thinking of those places, but I was like, the true beauty of my country is not in Santiago. It's in the other regions. So I would recommend her to go visit a lot of places in the south. My favorite city is Valdivia. When I was, I think in my first year of university, I took a long vacation with mommy and went there. Let me look. Let me look for pictures so you can see. Ice is back. Yay, Ice.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I just switched to my phone because my iPad just kept cutting you off.
Yeah, that's so rude of them.
I was really annoyed. It just kept stopping. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah, so this is Valdivia. And like it's surrounded by this lake. And the hotel where we were staying was right next to the lake. It was really beautiful. I don't know if they have more pictures in this one, but like this is like the landscape that you would see, and we would go on a boat and see a lot of places. There's these beautiful churches. There's this university in Valdivia has a botanical garden that is beautiful and has like
ooh,
typical Chilean flora, so that's amazing. The food is great. The market is really nice as well. Everything is like surrounded by forests and stuff. Another place I would recommend is well, a lot of places in the south, because I love me the greenery. I am a greenery kind of person, you know. I am a forest binge. I am a
Oh,
mountain and
that sounds
forest.
amazing.
So let me see if I find the picture, because like the freaking volcano. So the Villarrica Pucón area, like no, this picture is not doing it. I need to find a prettier one.
You're like, nah, I need something better.
So y'all get the idea, because it's super cool. So this is a good picture of the volcano. Let me see if
And hi,
it
Sharon.
opens. If it opens.
And Sharon is
This
here.
is
I
one
don't
that
know if
comes.
you.
Yeah, and this is one that this is a picture that came in a that came in a news report about the volcano being active and shit going down, but the picture is pretty, so whatever. So that's the Villarrica volcano.
I literally gasped. That's
And like,
gorgeous.
so the
Wow.
town of Villarrica is
It kind of
beautiful.
reminds me of Mount
When
St.
you go
Helens.
and when you go to the beach, which is a lake, and that's where I agree with Mo about lakes being smaller oceans, basically, because this is a huge lake as well. So you sit at the beach in the lake, and in front of you there's this volcano, and it's amazing.
Oh,
Also,
okay. So it has like a Great Lake as well. I see.
again, the mountains, the forest is amazing. Pucón is similar as well.
That's
Very
absolutely
green,
gorgeous.
very beautiful. And we can't forget. And now, if you're more for hotter weather, which I am not.
Most that lake is not real, or not real. Ease inland ocean.
Yeah, it's an inland ocean, basically.
And then Sharon said, "Oh my gosh, wow, wow, wow." And hello and good afternoon to Mo.
Yeah. So if you're more into the whole cold, so like if you're more into the hotter weather, I'm obviously going to mention the Atacama Desert, far in the north, very far away from here, because it is beautiful. Like, the desert has a completely different landscape, obviously, but it's just as beautiful as a green place to me. But wait, there's more. With the Atacama Desert, I know you are going to know what I'm talking about, because I have shown you before, and I actually did a makeup look based on this. My favorite thing about the Atacama Desert is spring, when the desert is in bloom, which happens when there's a lot of rain, or like an unusual amount of rain during the cold weather season. So as you can see, that was desert, that was all dry, and things weren't supposed to grow there, but it's now full of flowers because it's spring, and that is beautiful. and it's one of the things that make me really happy. I have never been able to go there during that time, because that's usually like work time for me. But it makes me super happy. So yeah, if you want to visit Chile, there's a lot of places you can see. Obviously, there's like the coastal towns. You want to go to the beach. Only thing is, Chilean beaches are super cold because of the yeah, they're very cold, but they're very pretty. Okay, so that was my whole ramble about
Oh, sorry. I was showing Roberto the desert of Sorido, and he was just like, "Oh my God." That's my roommate. But
yeah,
that desert is amazing.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing. It's like really.
Oh no. Mo said, "I'm nauseous and dizzy, but can be summoned." Sharon
Oh.
said, "I have therapy in a few minutes, but I thought I'd stop by. I had no idea there was a desert in Chile." Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It is the Atacama Desert. It is one of the driest in the world. They used to say that it was the driest in the world, but that's inaccurate. But it is super freaking dry, as all deserts are. So it's really amazing when there's this like super bloom in the spring with all these flowers. It's very beautiful. So I have a whole bunch of other questions, and the next bunch of questions comes from Lacey. Thank you, Lacey, for sending me this interesting question.
Thank you,
So
Lacey. Oh, and then Sharon did say, "I imagine the sea is quite cold, except maybe in the far north."
yeah, honestly, it's kind of cold everywhere. Maybe it's slightly less cold in the north, but it depends. Like, people always complain about how cold it is, but the beaches are beautiful. Anyway.
Oh, yes. And I'm like, I hope you're doing okay, honey.
Oh no. Oh no, that sucks. I hope you're
Yes,
doing better.
yes, I
That's
really hope. I
cool.
hope you're feeling okay today.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, so we have in America, we have the Gulf jet stream, which is where all of our warm water comes from on the East Coast.
Mhm, mhm.
And like that's why when you go to Maine and swim, the Gulf Stream doesn't reach that far, so the water there is very cold.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting with the currents and stuff. So, question number one of the ones that Lacey sent me is like, would you ever do episodes about your culture or a particular way things are done? And my answer is absolutely, I would, because for
Ooh,
me it's
yes.
very interesting, but more than traditions, like what we know as like um, traditions that are related to our countries. What fascinates me is day-to-day life kind of stuff, like how families behave with each other, the way we consume media, the way we work together, the way we study together. That's really interesting for me, because like sometimes Americans would say some things and I would be like, huh? Well, we don't do things like that here. But so yeah, I definitely would love to do an episode like that. I actually have a book that I haven't touched in a while, and it's a history book about day-to-day life in Chile back in the day, like way back in the day. Like, I think it's late 19th, early 20th century. So that would be interesting. Like, they talk about television and commercials and medication and stuff like that, and like the weird stuff that they sold at medication here, which I know in the States and in other countries was kind of the same. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of articles that are super interesting in that book. So
that would be a good podcast. I'd be so into that. Cultural
so,
differences are fascinating for me.
so I am going to check that out definitely and see what I can do. The next question is if I have any weird fears. And here's the thing: I do have a weird thing, a weird fear, and I don't know if other people can share this with me. I found it quite weird though. I am freaked out by old commercials, like commercials from like the 80s and 90s and stuff. I'm like, there's something, and that's me even since I was little, you know. There's something about the graininess.
Welcome, Christine. As in,
Hey,
Christine.
Christine. Yeah. Hey, Christine.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm like scared of them, but I do find them weird.
So like there
Most of the time.
there were some commercials here, and there was this dude who was the narrator of the, you know, the guy who says the slogan at the end of the commercial.
Yep.
And he was like, he sounded really serious, and he had a really deep voice, like a really deep voice. And I was like, I don't know if I thought that this guy sounded like kind of a monster or an ogre. Like, objectively, he has a really pleasant radio voice, but freaks me out. It freaks me out. I don't understand. And then when I was little, there was a commercial that freaked me out because it had a jingle, and the way the jingle ended abruptly always made me jump. So every time I sensed that this commercial was coming on, I would run away from the room.
That's me, but like the ASPCA Arms of an Angel one,
Oh my
because
God.
that song was played at my freaking grandma's funeral.
Oh
So
no.
so I literally have to mute the TV or like run away, like you
Oh no,
said. So like I get that aversion to commercials for sure.
I had the pleasure of knowing about that commercial when during the depression years, what I call my depression years.
Oh my God, they're the worst commercials.
Live streams. When I would watch live streams of American TV channels, like super late at night, like when before the infomercials and stuff, they would play that commercial, and I was like, okay, so this is the rudest thing. This is extremely mean. Like, why would you do that? Like the person who came up with that commercial,
They are a sadist.
I'm sorry, but
they're a sadist.
Yeah. Like, go directly to jail if you came up with the commercial. Sorry. Jail.
Oh, and Mo said that commercial is the worst. Right?
Yeah, that commercial is so, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's so mean.
Damn it, Sarah McLachlan. Why would you do that to us?
Yeah, like, why did she allow that? Now, every time someone listens to that song, they get sad. They get sadder because it's like, in general, it's a sad song. And also, the freaking commercial. Come on. So, like, yeah, that commercial, I'm telling you, that had like a really jumpy, really jumpy jingle. Also, I know I referred early to the, I'm going to call it the democracy referendum. The campaigns, like, I can watch the ads, the campaign ads for the no option, which is like the return to democracy option. Most of them I can watch. There's one that is extremely sad that is about mothers of people who were disappeared by the government, and that one's heartbreaking. That doesn't freak me out. That makes me extremely sad. Like, if you watch that, it will break your heart.
Right. That just sounds so sad.
But the other, but in the campaign, the advertising agency was kind of against including that one, because the rest of the ads were very like, we are going for change, we're really hopeful, vote to restore democracy so we can all be happy again, really catchy slogans. But then in the end, the association of mothers of detained and disappeared people, that's the name of their association, won, and they included that ad. So those ads don't freak me out. Like the happy ones, I still look like this slogan. Like I still can watch it when I watch the movie No, with Gael Garcia Bernal, who plays one of the Chilean advertising agents people. They showed the real commercials in the movie, and it was shot in a very interesting way. So I was like, okay, those don't freak me out. But the ones for the yes option, which was the yes, let's stay with this government that we have right now. So let's stay with the dictatorship. That shit, fucking terrifying. There's one that I call it the communist horseman of the apocalypse. Of the apocalypse. It's a guy on a black horse with the Communist Party flag and stuff. And like I vote left wing, so the communist part doesn't bother me. But it's like very ominous music, slow-mo, and it's kind of like distorted and terrifying. And the narrator of the commercial is talking about terrible things. And when I was little, I would have to hide under the freaking table.
That sounds scary.
Every time that when I was in the cinema watching the movie No with mommy, because she is the one who was like, I need to go watch this movie because I have good memories of the campaign and stuff. They showed commercials for the two options, obviously. When they showed that one, I was like this in my bowl of popcorn, like eyes closed, a grown adult woman, like this, hiding behind my bowl of popcorn with my eyes closed, like I was like, and I grabbed mommy's hand and I was like, Mommy, tell me when this is over.
No, like the Among Us, like spoopy music, like the really ominous music. I have to be careful because like it sets me on edge. Yeah. So I know what you're talking about.
I have noticed that as well, but I try to focus on the little steps because they're so adorable. So I focus.
Yeah, you can turn the music off too. I mean, obviously you can't because you're watching a stream.
Hearing like the little pitter patter of steps. So yeah.
Oh, and Mo, I didn't know that. Mo said the original Arms of an Angel song was from movie City of Angels with Nick Cage as Angel and a very sad scene.
Yeah, it was.
And then Toya said, I hate that song.
I think it was Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll have to look this up. I didn't know that.
So the character was an angel. I think, yeah, he was an angel, and he appeared I don't remember well because I didn't watch the movie when it released, but it was a movie from the 90s, and that soundtrack, besides In the Arms of an Angel, which as a song for the movie holds up really well, and it's not a bad song, it's just super sad.
It's so sad.
That soundtrack is fantastic. Don't at me. That soundtrack is also the origin of the song that would be played in every fan beat for every ship ever, which is Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, okay.
That's also from the soundtrack of the movie. I believe there's an Alanis Morissette song that's on the movie as well, and that song. I forgot the name, but that song is a fucking jam.
It is.
I also happen to love Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, my fear: spooky, unintentionally spooky old commercials. I mean, the one from the political ad was intentionally spooky because they were trying to scare people.
Right.
It was basically a campaign of terror attack ad by the government. Most of their commercials, the ones that they did, would be like spoofs on the happy, hopeful collect commercials from the No campaign, and they were so badly done. Like,
Ooh.
there's one that is like, because the No campaign had a lot of actors, musicians, TV personalities. Like, usually people involved in the arts are left wing, so obviously opposed to the dictatorship. And there was this commercial for the campaign for the Yes that was like artists who were right wing, and it was like them very serious in a television studio singing a super over dramatic ode in a song to fucking Pinochet, and it was like cringy, the cringiest shit I have ever seen in my. If I were one of those,
Ooh.
if I were one of those people who appeared in that thing, I would be living in a bunker.
Oh
I wouldn't
no.
know the light of day anymore. I would be living in a bunker because of my embarrassment, because the cringiest shit. I'm sorry, Lacey. My answer got super long. I hope you enjoyed this. So yeah, the next question. So we don't. So because I hate to keep you all too long. I hope you're enjoying this so far. The next question is. If you could be a fly on the wall of anywhere in the world at any time, where and when would you choose? And I'm going to say, because I love revenge, so I would be a fly on the wall at the White House. So every time there's a creepy, scary, nefarious plot against the people, that information would get mysteriously leaked. And I would be a fly on the wall, watching all those people eating each other alive, accusing each other of being the leaker.
This is the chaos I love.
I would
Yeah.
be chaotic. It's probably chaotic good in my case. Maybe
And Mo
chaotic.
has foods, yay! And also said City of Angels, 2 out of 10. Do not recommend. Sad ending.
Oh yeah, not a good movie. The soundtrack though.
I'm just gonna look up the soundtrack and the synopsis.
I mean, do not, like, there is a reason Iris is a song in every fan bid for every fandom, for every couple.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because that song, like, don't even try to argue with me. Also, the Alanis Morissette song is also very like cinematic, I believe. And yeah,
Yay, foods for Mo. Emily, I am sorry you ate too fast and now my stomach is mad and I want
no,
nuts.
I'm so sorry.
But at least I ate.
Yeah,
That's a
yay.
mood. That was me last night. I was just like, oh my god, my stomach hurts so bad and my uterus, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But at least I ate.
Despite being extremely nervous for the podcast, I managed to eat a few hours.
Yay! And let me say, you are killing it, as always.
No,
Probably always see the end coming and
the
trust
reason
no
you
one.
always see the ending coming and you trust no one is
Mo
because you're brilliant.
stays knowing.
That's the reason. It's because you're brilliant.
Mo said uterus for sale 10 cents.
Yeah. It's not worth more than that. So okay, if I were a fly in the wall, I would be in the White House and I would cause absolute chaos for decomposed Tangerine and administration. Like, they would be tired of me without even knowing me. No one would discover me because I'm tiny and I can fly. All the power is mine. They think they have the power, but all the power is mine. Anyway, after my villain, not really a villain because I'm helping the people speech. Let's go to the next question. If you magically were able to take Jeff Bezos' money, what is the first and last thing you would do with it? Look, I would do what needs to be done, and I would redistribute that money. Like everyone who has a debt, your debt is now paid. Mommy wants to have an animal shelter for the puppies. She always finds in the street, and she feels bad for them. She has an animal shelter now, and it will be properly financed. Everyone who needs a medical procedure and the medical procedure is expensive, worry no more. I will pay for it. Like, I would give the people their money back. And I would have enough money for me to live a bougie lifestyle, not a bougie giant mansion with 70 bathrooms. Like,
right.
Who needs that many bathrooms anyway?
I'm like, you're one human. Why did you?
Like,
are you going to use all those?
You have some incontinence issues? Like, something you need to tell us? I mean, you have enough money to go to the doctor, you know? Like, you don't need that many bathrooms. But I would be like bougie, but like with like a cute house, a car, and someone to drive me around because I can't drive because I'm visually impaired.
All the adaptive technology you need.
Yeah, all the adaptive technology I need, like stuff for my family, so when they need something, I can give them the stuffs. I would be able to buy fancy makeup, but not overdo it either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would make sure to give money to everyone and also to live a comfortable life, not an ostentatious life.
Christine said, "Why are you selling your uterus?" And then laughed. And Mo said, "I'm over my uterus. She's been a bitch since 1995. She can go. Ovaries too at this point." And then, I may have a farm for the stray people. And then Ani said, "Yes, I've been listening and I love learning about your election. I also depend on my phone clocks because time changes don't automatically happen on stoves and microwaves."
Oh my god! The thing that has been happening here with the time change, this is a tangent, is that the phones, the obviously like the tech companies that are in charge of changing the cell phones and stuff, have inaccurate information. So one day, I went to work, and all my coworkers were late, and they were late because their clocks had changed and they hadn't noticed.
Oh no.
So I also depend on the official time website. There's I think it's by the Chilean Navy. They have like their official time website. So I check that and compare it to my phone clock.
A good plan.
Otherwise, I would be completely lost sometimes. One of my phones was ahead by 20 minutes once. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so late. And then I would be on time. It was ridiculous. So, okay. Oh, next question. So, this is a difficult one because it's like top 3 palettes or a perfect 9-pan palette. And it's difficult because I wanted to do the top 3, but I don't have like my collection. I don't consider it good enough at the moment. There are palettes I like for example, I don't deal with color flop anymore, but the Blue Moon and Dates My Pleasure, I'm going to keep insisting. They peaked with those. They were never they were never able to do anything again. I think good, yeah, and if someone tells me Good Sport, I think Good Sport was before the monochromatic palette. If I don't remember, Good Sport is valid. Yeah.
I always heard good shit about that one.
Yeah. Like, I would take a color flop sponsorship if they allowed me to make for my collab palette with the same formula. Like those would be my
You're
conditions.
just like, what's wrong with you? Do this again.
Do good sport. If you want to change the name, I don't care. But do it again. So yeah.
Sports Fefy.
But you'll know what my perfect
Good.
9-time palette
Fefy
is.
sport.
It's Thrive. Like I can like, Thrive. It is all reliable, ride or die, always there for me. I was super freaked out today, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to do like a more intricate eye look. What do I do? And I was like, okay, I'm going to grab Thrive, and I'm going to do what I always do. So this is a close up of the look.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
I put orange on the crease. I don't know if Annie heard that, but I put orange on the crease in honor of Annie. I hope you're proud, Annie.
I hope you're proud of me.
Yeah, that's my perfect 9-pan palette at the moment. For now, maybe something else is going to wow me later.
I'm sorry that Cecily, that Twitch is being twitchy still. That's annoying.
Oh no!
It'll do that where it'll load and load. I don't know if it's a problem with Twitch or my Wi-Fi or what.
Or my Wi-Fi because
No,
now I can see myself clearly.
It's not
but
you.
Later
Like,
on,
we can
I'm going
see you
to
clearly.
like later on, I know I'm going to be blurry as heck. Like I know I'm going to be blurry as heck for portions of the live, and I'm sorry, I don't have the proper technology yet, and my Wi-Fi is not fantastic. But it's not as bad as my neighbor's Wi-Fi because I'm the only one who has the not super crappy Wi-Fi. Yes, orange. I knew you would enjoy that. Yeah, she would be happy. I knew she would be happy. Okay, so the next question is super interesting, and we're going to talk about, one of my favorite topics. So it's what would your first novel be about? And I have two words for you, Lacey, and everyone. Lady Revenge. We went from Lady Danger. We went for Lady Danger to Lady Revenge. I love stories about women getting back at the people who wronged them. However, I have an issue with some of those stories in which they focus too much on the revenge being bad. Like, oh no, the revenge has consumed you, and now you are just as bad as the person who wronged you, even though sometimes the person who wronged her did horrible things and she hasn't. You need to forgive now to get the weight of your shoulders and stuff. And like, I get it. I'm Catholic. I get it. Forgiveness. Okay, whatever. But I would write a story in which not forgiving is justified, because in a lot of cases the forgiveness in those stories is really rushed, and also it's not earned by the person who did the wrong.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're catching what I'm throwing, but like, it's a lot of lady revenge stories are very formulaic in that way.
Yeah.
I would like, it's more
Ani
interesting.
says I agree.
It's more interesting for me a story in which the person doesn't forgive, but is not treated like a monster for not forgiving. You know?
Yes. Show me that story, please. Forgiveness is overrated, and I'm ready for that. So.
Yeah.
We don't owe you shit.
A book that is kind of like that in terms of that is like a lady revenge book.
Also, Mo said I'm waiting
because I think this is important.
Mo said I'm waiting for
you.
the Elvin Muskrat Wi-Fi, but we know they will sell the info to the government. I forgive you, but stay away from me.
Yeah.
Our food.
Like,
And I'm
don't
sorry,
come
sushi
near
things,
me. Don't come near me, but oops. Okay. So a book that is kind of like that. Oh, what's it called? Jane Doe. I forgot the name of the author, but it's a woman who gets revenge on a man who wronged her best friend. Something terrible happened. I'm not going to give details, but she is like, I'm a sociopath. I'm a monster. I am this. I am that. And I am going to get my revenge. But it's like actually pretty well done. And also, a lot of people disliked it because it has a happy ending. but like, we need a happy ending
We
when
need happy things.
yeah, we need a happy ending when we do later. A lot of parts of the book can be I have to warn, a lot of parts of the book can be kind of triggering though, but the woman doing the revenge is in danger, but she's always aware of the danger and she always has the upper hand, which I find very interesting. Because since she's she doesn't have feelings or whatever, she analyzed the situation previously, and she was able to take advantage of the crappy misogynist man. So that's pretty good. I it's not a favorite, but it's one of the books that I read during quarantine, and I would do something like that, but I would tweak it a bit.
Yes. And Mo said, simple forgiveness doesn't mean I let you back in my life. That seems to be what people want. You can fuck all the way off. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole but but they're sorry about what they did. Why don't you forgive them? Okay, if they're sorry, why haven't they done anything to prove that they're sorry? Like, a lot of times the person manipulates other people to say that they're sorry so you can forgive them. Also, I don't easily forgive as well because, look, lying, I am Catholic. Lying is a sin. I can't be like, oh, whatever, I forgive you. I would be a lying bitch. How do I take that with Jesus after that? Like, I would have to go to confession. Like, no, thank you. Anyway, next questions are from Christine. Top 3 favorite makeup products, not including Tribe. People know me very well. So, I would say Essence/Princess. Like, I have noticed the difference. I am still trash at curling my lashes, I have to say. But I have noticed the difference with the Essence/Princess compared to the Maybelline mascara I was wearing before that would drop my curl and made me look like my eyes were closed. Like, this one is a lot better. I don't know if you can actually tell. Like, Mo complimented my lashes the other day, and Mo is the queen of lashes because hers
the
are naturally.
frugal enabler, Christine, says,
Yeah,
I am a
the enabler. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, welcome. I don't know if you've been lurking.
Yeah, that's product number 1, Essence/Princess. Then I would say my NYX brow products are pretty reliable, and I can actually find the color I need without spending a whole bunch of money, because the other brow products I like are Benefit ones, which have a perfect, or not perfect, but a fantastic shade range, because it was a shade range that was curated by Danessa Myrick herself. Uh, so yeah, that's why they're the only good products they have on their line. But here's the thing: I have no monies, so I buy the NYX ones, and the NYX ones are pretty good. Like, actually, I would like to announce an empty today.
Oh.
I used the last of my second NYX brow pencil. I am very sad. I'm going to have to buy a new one, but I'm going to buy it after Thursday because that's when my Nova ends. So yeah, Essence/Princess, NYX brow products, and as you probably can guess, because I mentioned one of their products, MAC lip products. Like, I know people give MAC crap, but MAC lipsticks, they have the range and the skill. I'm sorry. If you don't agree, there's a wall in your house that you can debate. But I mean, look at Lady Danger. Come on. Also, a lot of the lip products that I wear that y'all compliment me on are MAC lip products. So yeah, they're a favorite in my collection.
Yeah. Mo said, I still want that Macy's MAC Lip Trio with Ruby Woo.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, it's Ruby Woo is drying as heck, but the color is so pretty. Like, do put a bomb underneath, but the color is beautiful. It's a really good red. I actually really enjoy the MAC reds in general.
They're so pretty.
Yeah, they do a pretty good selection. They have a whole bunch of different finishes. I have been looking at MAC lipsticks. Am I going to buy one after my Nova is done? I don't know. I do have a lot of lipstick I need to declutter because it's starting to smell funky. So I probably would have space for new stuff.
Ooh.
But you know,
I sent a declutter stream in our future.
Oh yeah, that could be a thing, a declutter stream, or maybe I can do the declutter and then tell you what I declutter because I have a whole bunch of lipstick.
That too.
That would take 8 hours.
Oh yeah, or even if you do like what people do with the where you like do a declutter and like leave what lipsticks you kept and what you tossed or whatever, and then you just say why, or
Yeah, I'm probably going to
that
do
way it's
that.
like more curated.
Yeah, like I'm probably going to do that if I do a declutter stream because I don't want to overwhelm you by making the decisions on stream. That would be difficult for me. But
Oh, Toya.
I think my MAC lipsticks are pretty decluttered. There's like one that I'm dubious about. Those are probably all staying. I have to say. I do love them, and a lot of and I bought half of those, and the other half were given to me by my friend who works in a department store that has a MAC counter. So also, obviously, those lipsticks are the ones that no longer work. I'm going to get back to MAC. Maybe that way I can get a new lipstick instead of buying one. I'm going to do a back to MAC. I am looking at the ones that interest me are the Sam and Nick ones because they're selling them here in a store, in a department store. And the MAC Viva Glam Rosalia. That's a red as well. It's beautiful.
The Viva Glam ones are so pretty. And then Toya said MAC Extended Play is one of my bays.
Let me show you, because we were talking about this the other day. This is a lipstick interlude, everyone. I'll go back to the questions in a bit. This one is the MAC Viva Glam 25. This is Viva Glam 1, repackaged for the 25th anniversary.
Oh, so pretty.
It is super pretty.
Ooh, I like that.
And it has
I love me a deep red.
Yeah, it has the 25. I kept
That's
one.
pretty.
I kept one, and I gave one to Mommy because Mommy loves this lip color. It's her
Aw.
favorite lipstick of all time.
I love that so much.
So yeah, this has been a MAC lipstick interlude. Thank you everyone for your patience. Let's go back
Mo
to
said,
questions because let me go to see what Mo said.
looking for content for tomorrow's distraction stream, so we're all welcome as guests. We can't roast makeup all day.
Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe
We
I
sure
can
can
go
try.
in the Chilean makeup stores and roast. That could be a thing. If you let me
That
share,
would be
if you let me share screen, uh,
fun.
I will consider that in my sleep, which I'm probably going to have to aid myself to sleep today because I think I have an allergy, so I'm going to have to take a antihistamine, and that knocks me out. I am very itchy. It's not good. So Christine's next question was also kind of like a how dare you question because like why would you make me choose? So top three fictional heroines. So I knew number one would be Lizzie Bennet. Pride and Prejudice is my favorite book. Oh, I didn't take note of that. Mo asked me what's my favorite book. My favorite book is Pride and Prejudice because I am predictable. I love me a period drama. If you know me, you know. There's a trailer for a certain romance novel based period drama that dropped today, and I am.
Oh, Christine said hers too. Lizzie is awesome.
Yeah, Lizzie rules. She's amazing. If you don't like her, like Jane Austen herself wrote a letter saying, like, if you don't like Lizzie, you have no taste. Basically, that's I don't remember the exact quote, but it amounted to that. If you don't like Lizzie, you have no taste. The other two heroines I picked are formative influences for me. Agent Scully from The X-Files. She's my fave. I love her so much. Also, she's a redhead. She's one of the reasons I
Yes,
love her.
Scully.
Yeah. I love her so much. I am so mad at Chris Carter for what he did to her in the reboot seasons. That was turn on your location. I just want to talk. Why would you do that to her? Like, I love her. She's amazing.
I haven't seen it, so I trust
love
your
her.
opinion, and I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, I love her so much.
Also, Mo said my favorite book is Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. And
Oh,
then Christine said, damn, Mo, that book is huge.
yeah. Mo probably read it in like a day because she is brilliant. Like I keep telling you, like she guesses the plot twist to everything because she's brilliant. Anyway, so yeah, Agent Scully because she is the bestest is my second pick, and obviously I had to pick Usagi, aka Sailor Moon. You know, I am a great value magical girl. Sailor Moon means a lot to me, even in all its cheesy 80s, 90s glory with the terrible outfits and stuff. um, but yeah, she's great. Like, also I can relate to her because like, I am a crybaby, but I love my friends, so I will do anything for them. And they inspire me to do stuff, and they inspire me to be brave, which is basically like everything about her character is pretty much that. Oh, your friend read it overnight? That book is humongous. Oh, yeah. you would have taken a lot less if you hadn't had chores. But yeah, that book is huge. I have never read it, but I have seen it. I don't know if I would be able to. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Okay, so next question. And this one I've had to thought a lot about. It's best piece of advice you've been given. And I had to think a lot about this. And I came to one that was like when I was a lot younger, and that took me a long time to process, but it's basically let go of the idea of smart. I don't know if you it's let go of your idea of smart, because I used to say, and I still kind of say that today, like, you see, I am not as smart as other people because I do this, because I do that. I am not good with numbers. I am not good with this. I don't have this particular skill. Therefore, I am not smart as other people. And analyzing that, the idea of smart that most people have is like, first of all, it's ableist and classist, because it's very like, if you went to a good school and you had this course and you were able to do this and you were able to do that, and that excludes people who are not neurotypical, like. So yeah, that was something that I had to have a big conversation with myself about. And that helped me realize that everyone is smart in their own way. You don't have to adhere to some archaic idea to be like good at something. My opinions, maybe I don't know how to say something, but the opinion is still valid if I try hard enough to explain myself. I don't have certain skills, but I have other skills that are just as useful. And maybe they are not measurable in test scores or even salaries and stuff, but they're still valid. So yeah, the best advice I have been given is to let go of my idea of smart, because that was something that kept me trapped for a lot of years, and I'm just now truly letting go of it. If I had still been stuck in my idea of smart, maybe I wouldn't be doing a podcast today. That was really holding me back. So I am glad I'm dealing with it.
Mo said, I like to savor my books. I don't rush to read books I like. Honey said, if I'm into a book, I will devour it. Bathroom breaks, meal breaks, the rest of the time read. Mo said, I also have a Pillars of the Earth miniseries. They kept a good portion of the book in there. Tori said, I have to have those conversations with myself in my writing. Definitely, same. I really feel that. And then Honey said, my favorite book is Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by Caitlin Doughty. I love Caitlin Doughty. I haven't read Smoke Gets in Your Eyes yet, but that's on my list.
Yeah, it's always fun to talk about books, because a lot of people have very different tastes. Oh, let me see, because I think I didn't put who asked the next question, and I want to give all the people their credit for helping me and sending me these amazing questions. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so the next question is from Lisa. Thank you, Lisa, for asking me this question that is going to put me on a soapbox again. But she asked, "What is your least favorite TV trope?" I have so many. You'll think you know already, but it's not what you think. You probably think I'm going to say love triangle, and I hate that as well. However, I have one that I hate even more. I call it, "You're a good guy, but there's no proof." It's when a character, a male character, obviously, is an asshole to everyone. That also includes his love interest, who he claims to love, but he's trash to her. Here's the thing about this character. For some reason, the audience knows. The audience knows that he sucks, but everyone in the show is stuck on the idea that he is a good person, and they always have scenes in which they're like, "I know you're a good person, Chad." Like, and
Not Chad.
that Chad is not a good person. Even his girlfriend, wife, love interest, whoever, is like, "Oh, but he's a good person and I don't deserve him." And I'm like, where? Show me where, because people keep telling you that he's a good person, but there are no good deeds to show that in the actual canon of the show, in the actual show or the actual movie or the book. One of those characters is Roger in Outlander. They're very stuck on him being, "Oh, but you're such a good person and we have to help Roger." Blah, 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 blah. And where? Like, he didn't treat Brianna right, and people were defending him. Faye, where are you? I'm talking shit about Roger.
Mo said, "OMG, that happens in real life too. Chad is not a good person. He is trash." And then added, "I'm thinking of a certain most loves are."
Yeah. Could be. But like, for fictional characters, this happens usually with a man who is garbage to the woman he allegedly loves, and it's always very allegedly. It's more allegedly than some crimes, and people are like, "But you're such a good," and everyone is like friends with him and tries to help him. But at no point this person has done an effort for it. But no, oh no, they have suffered so much in life, and they are and oh, look at his trauma, which we don't even know about, like, backstory. I don't know her. Like, they're not telling us what we need to know to be able to be sympathetic to this person. Yet we're supposed to be sympathetic to this person because everyone says they're a good guy. No, just no. Like, I hate that. I have a lot of other ones that I hate, but we can talk about that in another episode if you would like.
Please.
Because the opinions, I have many.
I need that stream.
Yeah, I call it here like I in my notes I call the trope "good guy" according to whomst, because like, whomst is saying this because they are lying.
Oh, welcome back, Sharon. I'm glad. Oh, done with therapy. Hope the questions have been going well. And Sheepy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the question has been going well. So the next questions are from Cecily. Thank you for sending this question, Cecily. So the first question is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? And I am going to be basic, but I'm right also. And I'm going to say I would like to move to the south of Chile. My dream is to live somewhere with forest and mountains. I mean, we do have the mountains here, but like even more majestic mountains. I am iffy about the volcano though, because those are pretty active. But the forest though, and the peace and the quiet. I am too much of a city girl though. But at one point, maybe, you don't know, I would like to move to the south because it's so beautiful. I think it would give me serotonin just looking outside my window. Let's be real. The next question is, do you have a big family? And is it weird to answer yes and no? um, my close family is pretty small. I'm sorry, my throat is. I'm telling you, seasonal allergies are getting the best of me.
Ugh, the worst.
Because my nose is itchy, my throat feels kind of weird, and I am itchy in some places. So that has to be a seasonal allergy because it's not like terrible, but it's annoying. Anyway, so my family is small. My close family is small, but we do have like a whole bunch of distant relatives in the country. Like my family who lives in the country, they are a whole bunch of people. It's kind of overwhelming. But my family in Santiago that I'm close to, and like mommy and her siblings, it's very small, very tight knit. We have a part of the family that lives kind of close to us, which is the family that comes from the side of Abuelito's brother. But those people are messy, so we don't talk to them. All they do is fight with each other all the time, and we're exhausted. We don't do that, so we don't talk to them. So the family that I see normally, it's pretty small, and my family in the country is like better. We actually talk to them, but yeah, those are a big family, but we are not as genetically or physically close to them. The next question is if I have other pets besides sheep. And currently I don't. I only have sheep. When I was younger, I had a cat, but he was very much like Catty. He was like an outside cat who was always causing shenanigans at Abuelita's house. And I almost, a couple of years ago, I almost ended up having 2 dogs instead of 1 because we fostered a little pupper that mommy found in the street. His paw had been run over. So she rescued him. She took him to the vet. He was at the vet for a few days, and then she was like, I don't know what we're going to do with this dog. And I was like, bring him here, and we will call on friends and family and social media to see if we can find him a new home. And if we don't find him a new home, maybe we can keep it. Maybe we can keep him. I don't know. So we fostered this little pupper for a whole bunch of time. His name is Chocolate, and we did find him a new home. He lives with my cousin in the country.
Oh.
And he is the king of the house.
I love this. My heart.
He is, I don't know what breed he is, but he's kind of like Winnie dog mixed with something else. He's so cute. We always, when we go to the country, like obviously pre-Ronies, and now with all the safety measures possible, we always visit him because he still remembers us. Like when we see him, he will wag his tail and be really happy when he sees us. So we know.
I love it.
Because we took care of him.
Ruthie said chocolate and with a crying emoji, and then Sharon said, "Oh," which is me right now.
Yeah, he's adorable. I love him so much. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. in the long history of my Instagram. In the meantime, I'm going to answer another question. Let's see if I can multitask. Oh, the next question is really easy. What's your favorite food? My favorite food are Mommy's famous Chilean empanadas because they are the best. They make me happy. Nothing compares to those empanadas. Also, those empanadas, I call them, they're for Mommy, but what Mommy does usually is she teams up with her sister, with her oldest sister, Tia Rosa, and Tia Rosa makes the filling and Mommy makes the dough. And together, they are unstoppable. Like seriously, together they're really unstoppable because one time they took their empanadas to a Chile Day celebration at my uncle's girlfriend's house, and there was this guy who was invited to the celebration. This was like a couple of years ago, and he was a chef, and he was like, "These are the best empanadas I have tried," and I was like, "I told you they were good. You didn't believe me." A chef had to tell you for you to believe it. Like,
That's
I
amazing.
am so offended. I am very offended that y'all didn't believe me.
Seriously. Also, Sharon said, "Thank you, Mommy, for finding him."
Yeah, Mommy
I love her.
has rescued a lot of dogs
That's such a mood. That's
who have
literally me.
found their forever homes someplace else.
I mean, there was a kitten. I think this was before Lagutta, but there was a kitten last summer who was following the girl to the bus stop towards the busy street. And she was
Oh,
it was so cute. He was just following her along the road. It was adorable, but she had to go to
oh,
work. So I held the kitty cat and she eventually came back for him and now lives with the kitty and I get updates sometimes.
little
So like
kitty.
so like I love stories like this so
That's
much.
freaking adorable. Yeah,
He was just following her. It was
Mommy
the
was going to
cutest
do something
thing.
completely different that day. She had to run errands or something. And then she called me like, "Do you have the number for a vet? I found a dog. I want to take him to the vet." So he
No.
took him to the vet. She left him there. He was at the clinic for a couple of days recovering, and then she took him here and we took care of him. He was really sweet. He's a really sweet pupper, very enthusiastic.
Oh
And
no.
now he has
Honey
a
said I
wife
am.
and children even at in the country. Let me see if I can find a picture of sea pupper. I think I
And
have.
Honey and
Oh,
Ruthie both said
here.
they haven't had good empanadas in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, empanadas are
Me
amazing.
either.
Favorite. So this is him after he got a surgery with the cone of shame. Let me make him. Why can't I make him bigger? Let me see. Why can't I do that? This is annoying. Again. Chocolate and the cone of shame. Look at his little face.
Oh my gosh.
He's
He's
adorable.
so
And
cute.
can you see like the Winnie dog part of him? Like he's kind of long. He's not super
Oh
long.
yeah,
He has short
absolutely.
legs.
I see the dachshund for sure.
Yeah, he's so cute. So that's Chocolate. We love him. He's iconic. um, okay, so that was the Pupper interlude. We love a Pupper interlude in this household. So now, next question is, what's my favorite color? My favorite colors are a tie between pink and purple. I am very obvious as well. That's why I try to incorporate them in makeup as much as possible. Like, I always have a purple look to do. I always come up with ideas for purple looks and pinks as well. I did have a long pink lipstick phase, but like not super whitish milky pinks, because those make my face disappear. Give me zero dimension. But yeah, those are my favorite colors. And Cecily said that like she knew those questions were super simple, blah blah blah. But like I like answering those questions. You don't have to apologize. It's okay. So the next questions are from Bethany. Thank you, Bethany, for asking these questions. And the first one is, do you have a bucket list? If so, what would be your three bucket list, your top 3 bucket list items? I don't really have a bucket list. I do have things I want to do, though. One of them would be traveling after there's no Ronies, obviously, after there's a vaccine, the whole thing, because there are so many places I want to visit inside and outside my country. That would be great. Like, I would love to visit so many places and meet a whole bunch of people. Maybe I can meet some LGG peeps. That would be fantastic. Some of my friends from other fandoms as well. That would be great. So that's something I would like to do once there's no Ronies and a vaccine and I save money. So that's going to take a while. Then the other thing is, I have never gone to a concert, which for a lot of people find shocking, because a lot of people have gone to concerts, but either I didn't have the money, I was too young, something else was happening. I can't really go to those kind of places alone, because with my visual impairment, I need someone to be my eyes in person.
Right.
Also, I need someone to be my cane. Like, I need someone to hold on to. And my best friend and I don't have the same taste in music. So that would I know she would be a trooper and she would go to a concert with me, but I don't know. And the next one is learning yet another language. I started learning German, but because of work and at the time, and because of money later on, I couldn't continue. And now I'm losing it. And the German channel that used to be all in German now has a whole portion of it in English. And I'm like, but I want to listen to the German though, so I can get some words in my head. Come on. So yeah, there's a lot of other languages I would like to learn besides German, but since I was starting, I would like to finish it. My goal is to learn a whole bunch of languages.
Sorry, I think metal is really big in Chile, question mark?
A lot of people love metal. The thing that always cracks me up about Chile is that during the satanic panic, we had our own satanic panic, and Iron Maiden were forbidden from doing a concert here or entering the country, because they were considered satanic by the church. And they were only able to come here like more than 10 years later. Like, okay, so when this happened, I was a child. When they came here again, when they were able to come here, I was an adult, and my cousin went to the concert because he's a fan.
That's really funny.
Yeah, a lot of people really love metal here. Like my coworkers at the archive, one of them, my friend Jose, who I call Brosef, uh, lovingly. That's my nickname from here. I call him Brosef because he's very like, oh, I'm going to go make a barbecue and stuff. It's like very bro, but he's a big metal fan, and he's always talking. Oh, I went to listen to this band, blah 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 blah. He's a huge fan of this Chilean metal band called Weichafe, which I think that the word means warrior or something like that in the Mapuche language. And they're his favorite band. He was like president of the fan club. He went to all the concerts. He
Wow.
knows like the members of the band know him by name. It's like amazing. Yeah, like for real, they are.
Oh, so
Now
sorry, I'm eating.
I am not a metal kind of person. Like I will listen to all types of music, and if I like something, I like something. I am not discriminatory against any types of music, but now that I know compared to other things that my friends listen to and stuff, they're super freaking tame. But the church, the Catholic Church, had like a whole thing against them, and they were like, "Ah, they can't enter the country because they're satanic," and they had to cancel their concert. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. There was this TV station. It's a Chilean TV station. It's a network TV, not cable, and it's called Mega. And back in the 90s, it was pretty new, and it was owned by this dude that was the creepiest dude in the history of the world. He was extremely right wing, conservative, crappy. Like he was involved in setting up a female candidate that was also right wing, and basically like destroying her chances of her becoming a presidential candidate. Like it was a whole spy plot. Now I don't like her, but that guy went out of line. And his network was always talking about like, oh, this thing is satanic, blah 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 blah. And they did like a whole thing on Iron Maiden. And now that I remember that, I'm like, bro, you were so, where were you? Like, which jungle did you get lost in with reaching? Because it was like
In the
a
forest
one
up a
hour, it
tree.
was like a 1 hour news special on Iron Maiden being satanic. Like, I don't know where the fuck did they get like 1 hour of content for something that had no argument. And like I said, I am not the Maiden fan in my family. That's my cousin. But come on, like they're pretty tame compared to other bands. Also, the satanic thing, really? No wonder people thought we were so uncivilized. It was so ridiculous. Yeah, that's a free, for the price of a super simple question. That was a free 90s memory for you. Sorry, I keep going into tangents, but I have a lot to say, and I love to interact with the chat, and I hope you're enjoying this.
Oh, so much.
Okay, so now Bethany, next question. She wants to expose me. I don't appreciate that, Bethany. I love you though, but I don't appreciate that. So, 3 makeup products that you're lasting after. You're not going to say, oh, JD Glow. Like, if it's JD Glow and it's sparkly, I want it. Like, I want it. I'm sorry, but I want it.
A mood.
Like, I want, I'm going to start listing shades now. I want Unexpected, Good God, fairy acid, peacock, insane. What's the one that Emily has? Seaweed, anomaly.
Yes, all of those.
There's a list. There's a list. I want all of those. The other thing I'm lasting after, that's also on my wish list, and it's in the Excel document as well. The Danessa Myrix. Actually, there's two Danessa Myrix things I want. The Duet Balms, the one in the rose water and holy water.
Yes.
They're so pretty. And also the color fix, the Milky Way one, because it's so sparkly.
Yeah.
So sparkly. I love sparkle. It's so pretty. Like, I want it. I want it. And the other thing I want, and I have a whole of other things that I want. Obviously, I mentioned the MAC lipsticks that I wanted. The Sam and Nick one and the Rosalia one, which I like it because it's red, and also it's from Rosalia, and I am not a Rosalia fan, but she has the same name as my godmother, so it's a weird sentiment for me. And the color is super pretty. The color is super pretty. Also, the freaking Dior highlighting palette. The pink one, like, you know, the one. Ever since Alicia's video, I haven't been able to get it out of my head. And I am extremely upset because they're no longer selling Dior Backstage products besides the foundation, I think, and some brushes in the department stores here. They used to have they used to have the original highlighting palette, but they no longer have it. It's not permanently out of stock, which means they discontinued it here.
Yeah, Sharon said GD Glow Sapphire.
Sapphire. Oh.
Rendezvous in Varsity. And then also asked, if you live in the countryside, is it super hard to get to Santiago? When you have a sec, no hurry.
Oh, if you live in the... Not really. If you get to... It depends. It depends where. Depends on the distance. For example, for me to go from Santiago to Los Andes, which is where my family lives, it takes me like an hour. You go to the bus terminal, you take a bus, and you're there. Okay. 1 second, everyone. We have a shampoo emergency.
Oh no! I was like, I heard mommy.
Yeah,
I didn't make out any words.
The full name me, which she full names me all the time, by the way. It's not just when she's mad at me.
I know that's not your first name, but...
Sí, hay que comprar uno nuevo. Okay.
It's me, Pink Potato.
Okay. Mommy is going to give Sheep a bath, and she needed a... We are out of his shampoo, so we were looking for a gentle shampoo, and I have baby shampoo that is very like gentle, that the one I use to wash my brushes. So
oh yeah, and then Sharon also said, I hope he has a good bath. There's been an issue with some of the Dior highlights jumping out of the pans. Just FYI, I know we've seen that.
I know that. I've seen that. That.
Yeah, we've seen it from Toya and a few other people in Lagata.
Yeah,
and Emily said, I got the new quad, and this one has not jumped out of the pans, but yeah, that does seem to be a problem.
Yeah. There's something about the glue.
Yeah, it's they need some help in there because it's not anchored properly.
You know what? Magnetic pans are the answer to everything.
Correct.
Emily. Yeah. Now, I think I said more than 3 products, but I want a lot of stuff. The next question is a more serious question, and I actually wasn't able to take notes, so I am going to go out on a limb So the next question from Bethany is there anything you like for more people to know, to understand about albinism or living with albinism? For me, the only thing that I would like people to understand is that it's actually a disability. It's not just a skin and hair color or eye color. We know that other people with other disabilities have it, quote unquote, worse than us, but you don't have to keep telling us. Also, that person who has another disability doesn't want to be an example. They don't want to be inspirational. Yep. They want to live their lives. We also want to live our lives. Like, you can see me just because I don't look disabled doesn't mean that I'm not. That's the thing that get me for me. Also, when you stare at us places like in the street or public transportation or whatever, it's very uncomfortable. Please don't do
that. That's staring is the worst.
Yeah,
so uncomfortable.
When my hair is my natural color, I get stared at so much. And it's like, and people trying to explain the thing gets kind of like, also, obviously, representations of us in the media are inaccurate. We are not all cursed or evil. I do love me a good Lady Revenge or Lady Danger, but that doesn't mean I'm evil. Come on. Yeah, I spent a lot of years in my life proving that I wasn't faking, not being able to see well. And people were still unwilling to believe me. So that's something that is super rude and you shouldn't do it. Like if someone tells you,
horrible.
Hey, I can actually do this thing, don't question them. Like you don't live in their body, you don't see with their eyes. And yes, I do know there are other people that have it worse than me. That doesn't mean I don't have it bad though. And I hate that because it's using other people with other disabilities as a prop. And that is not something I am cool with, because why would you do that? They want to be people. They want to live their lives. They don't want to be props. The whole inspirational disabled person narrative from the media, from other people, it's so damaging. So like, don't do it.
And then Cecily, said, interesting, Fefy, I've never noticed that albinos are portrayed as evil in the media. There's so many examples.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Or cursed, or like demonic, whatever.
Yeah. And then Emily said, I'm so annoyed at how you have to prove disabilities, you and so many others. Exactly. Like, just fucking believe it.
I say that I have a invisible disability. Because like you can actually tell the no pigment part of the albinism on me. Like when I have my hair my natural color, when I'm not wearing makeup, obviously you can see my skin color, but you can't actually tell that I can't see that well. So you're like, are you sure? So people are like, are you sure? Or I had people at school telling me that I was faking it to not do the work, and it was so annoying. And I still want to fight those people. They're going to get my lady revenge one day. So yeah, don't assume things about people. Like do your research. Try to make it like real scientific. research because there's a lot of nonsense about albinism going around, which I don't appreciate.
Oh, Sharon said, "Oh my gosh, there's always something worse. Comparing pain is always a dead end." Right though, and it's just like we don't like speaking as another disabled person, like we don't
Yeah,
want to be compared to each other because like we know how much
yeah,
it sucks.
yeah. Like, here's the thing, you know, those jokes about that gay people make about the way straight people talk about gay people, like the gay agenda, the whatever. And I'm like, I know, because I know other disabled people, like we talk to each other.
Right.
We
And
have
then
an
Cecily said,
network.
"Oh, sorry.
We talk to each other.
I just remembered the Princess Bride. There's an albino, and he's a nasty fellow. Completely forgot about that. Wow, now I'm pissed off." Yeah, and it's just like that's just one of thousands of examples.
Yeah.
It's like it's in books, it's in media, it's like TV, movies.
What's that other movie that is like,
Is it Constantine?
I believe in Constantine there's a character, but I'm thinking of another movie that is like fun otherwise, but the character, the villain, is albino. Um, oh God, I forgot. But it's a guy that wears makeup to disguise the fact that he's albino or something. Which is like, I think I have answered most of the questions. I have. Oh yeah, Kat uh, asked me if I have ever been to Easter Island. I have never been. Um, the family of my friend's terrible ex-girlfriend, her family is from Easter Island, and she took her there when they were dating. Um, she said it was really nice, like it's really pretty, but I don't know if I would go because I don't think it's exactly the same. But Easter Island is to Chile kind of what Hawaii is to the States. Like, the relationship is very similar. So I don't know if I want to go. Like, I am already part Spanish. I don't want to go out there being white with my big colonizer energy. Somewhere where people are going to be uncomfortable with me being around, and also maybe do something that is not going to be respectful. Like,
Right.
I rather go out other places in continental Chile. Also, I know it would be inaccessible to me, and it's inaccessible to a whole bunch of other people, because since they're in an island, everything is very expensive for them and for everyone else. Also, the laws they have there, some of them are very questionable and very sketchy, and the government that says that they're trying to protect them is not doing enough to help them, to help the people. So there were also protests there, but I don't know what's going on in there. So I it's a nice place to visit, but you do have to be very careful.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I want to go to Hawaii, but also, like you said, big colonizer energy with being as pale as I am and being, like what they call haole in
Like,
Hawaii. And it's just like you said, I wouldn't want to make people uncomfortable or like commit
I
a
mean,
taboo and hurt someone.
I mean, if you go there being willing to learn stuff and not speak over other people, maybe, but the whole dynamics of that relationship, it's kind of uncomfortable. Okay, so let me see what Sharon said. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, that's the best way. It was like, why would you be judgy toward people? Like, just because you don't live in their body doesn't mean that they don't actually have what they say they have. Come on.
I thought it. Ooh, I can't remember what I was going to say. I started reading Sharon's comment and got lost. Sorry.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the subject to have an
I will
opinion
have. Yeah, obviously I have zero opinion, but I'll have to watch that.
because I know there's some. A lot of people mention this on Twitter as well. I know there's like tension, but I don't. But I'm not informed enough one way or the other. Obviously, because I'm white. So I think those were all the questions, everyone. And we have been on for longer than I expected. I'm sorry I talked too much.
Woo!
I I'm sorry I talked too much, but you know, the podcast is appropriately named.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to say thank you to
Yeah.
everyone for sending me questions, and I wanted to also say thank you to the peeps for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I have been a good host. Things are a
This
bit
was amazing.
but um, you know, everything can improve. I think my next episode is going to be about the end of my novi. So if you want to discuss that, we can. If you want to discuss that, we can do that next week. I think I'm going to do it on Saturday because there's not going to be a crawl, and also I think that's a good day
Yeah.
to not like step around walk around other people doing lives. It's probably going to be at the same time as today because it allows me good preparation before the stream and everything. Obviously this episode and all the episodes are going to be up on YouTube as well. On YouTube,
Yeah.
I'm again going to have a description box with resources and explaining what happened in the podcast, obviously. So I hope you go there as well and leave me comments because the spam comments are real.
Yes.
um,
I need to
uh,
go do that still. I'm sorry.
yeah, a lot of people did that, and I'm very grateful for them.
And I need to do your tag because I really want to do that. And the
Yeah,
moderator Q&A
you
I
need to
promised
do
a
my
while ago.
tag. A lot of people need to do my. This. I'm going to add this to the end of the episode. If you haven't done my tag and you're a content creator, please do my tag. That would make me extremely happy. Also, everyone who wants to talk about a certain topic, I am more leaning towards like happier topics because I think we're going to need that as a distraction in general from the world. But if you're really enthusiastic about something, contact me. Tell me your idea for the episode, and we can arrange something. I
Yeah.
would love to have a whole bunch of people here. I
My
already
roommate,
know.
Roberto,
I
actually.
have already invited Eeyore here,
Yes.
not as my eyes, but as a guest. I have.
Yes, and
I am also going to pitch something to Mo soon because I have an
Ooh.
idea now, and I hope she likes it. So yeah, everyone who wants to talk about something, who is enthusiastic about something, we love watching people uh, being shamelessly happy about stuff they like. So
Yes.
yeah. So this has
And then
been.
Sharon
Oh,
said, "Thank you for your openness, Fefy, and congratulations on the launch of your podcast."
thank you. I really hope you'll enjoyed it.
Yes, Cecily loves listening talk to you. Mo said, "Thank you, it was fun." Emily said, "I need to message you." Faye said, "Congratulations."
Yay!
And
Thank you, Emily.
then, yeah, Cecily said, "Rubs hands together maniacally, end of a no vibe." I am here
Yeah,
for
I
that.
am. Yeah, you're going to be hearing my thoughts on that. I'm going to be writing something on it, and then I'm going to put it into words for the podcast.
I'm
So
excited. And Audra said it was delightful.
Thank you, Eeyore, for being my eyes.
Of
You were
course.
very helpful. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you, honestly. Thank you to everyone on LGG. Thank you to everyone who lurked. I will see you very soon to talk about one more thing. So I'm going to end the stream now. See you soon.
Bye,
Thank you for
y'all.
coming.
I'm
Bye,
waiting.
everyone.
Bye.